Have you ever had that feeling, that sense that the things you used to absolutely love, the things that once lit you up, they just don't hit the same anymore? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, trust me, you are not alone. So let's get into it, because understanding this feeling is the very first step toward finding your way back. Man, this just nails it, doesn't it? It's not just feeling bored. It's that strange, hollow experience of going through the motions of joy without actually feeling it. You're there. You know you should be happy in that moment, but it's like the emotional signal just isn't getting through. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to deconstruct this feeling, really get into the wiring, and figure out what it might be trying to tell you. Because truly understanding it, that's how you start to feel like yourself again. Okay, let's start with what this actually looks like in real life, day to day. The best way to think about it is like someone turned the volume knob on your emotions way, way down. Do any of these ring a bell? That hobby you used to pour hours into suddenly feels like a total chore? Your favorite meal tastes, well, like nothing special. And the idea of seeing friends, which used to be energizing, now just sounds completely exhausting. These are all classic signs that your brain's pleasure response is kind of on mute. And listen, this is probably the most important thing to hear right now. If this is you, you are not broken. This is not some kind of personal failure. It's actually a biological signal. It's your mind's way of shouting that something needs your attention. So what do we call this thing? This disconnect from pleasure, it actually has a clinical name. And you know what? Just knowing the name can be incredibly powerful. The word is anhedonia, and the most important part of that definition is deep disconnection. We're talking about something that goes way beyond just being bored. It's a sign that the brain's core reward system is really struggling to process joy and motivation. Now, anhedonia usually shows up in one of two main ways. First, there's social anhedonia. That's when being around people, even people you love, feels draining instead of fulfilling. And then there's physical anhedonia, where the simple joys of life, the taste of amazing food, the sound of your favorite song, they just feel flat, numb. So the big question is why? Why does this happen? What makes the brain's pleasure circuits just go offline? Well, think of it like a computer that's been running way too many programs for way too long. Eventually, it's just going to start lagging. And this is crucial to understand. Anhedonia is a symptom. It's not the root problem. It's a really common part of things like depression and burnout from chronic stress. But it can also be a response to trauma, a feature of ADHD, or honestly just the result of our brains being totally overstimulated for too long. This is just the perfect metaphor for what is happening inside your head. When your brain is totally exhausted by all those triggers we just talked about, its reward system, that's the part that gives you that feel-good dopamine hit, it basically goes into a low power mode, just to conserve whatever energy it has left. So please think of it this way. This isn't a malfunction. It's a feature, not a bug. It's your brain pulling the emergency brake, desperately trying to tell you that it is overwhelmed and it needs a complete system reboot. This image, this captures the feeling so perfectly. It's that sense of detachment, right? Like you're just an observer in your own life. You can see the good things happening, you can see the joy, but you're separated from it all, unable to actually feel the warmth. That connection is just blocked. Okay, so we get the what and we get the why. Now for the most important part, the how. How do you actually reboot a system that's gone into power-saving mode? This is the big one, isn't it? When you're stuck in that numb place, it can really start to feel like this is your new normal, like the color's never coming back into your world. So let me be really clear. The answer is absolutely yes. Anhedonia is not a life sentence. It takes patience and it takes a gentle approach, but recovery is 100% possible. Your system can be brought back online. All right, so here's a practical game plan. First, micro-pleasures. Forget about trying to feel huge, amazing joy right now. The goal is tiny, low-effort sensations, like the feeling of a warm mug in your hands or just 5 minutes of sunlight on your face. That's it. Second, routine. This is key. Action has to come before motivation. You won't feel like doing it, but physically going through the motions can slowly coax the feeling to return. Third, novelty. Your brain is stuck in a rut. Something as small as taking a different route on your daily walk or trying a new kind of tea can help jolt its reward system back into action. Fourth, and this one is non-negotiable, rest. You simply cannot feel joy if you are running on empty. This whole thing is your body's signal that its battery is at 1%. And finally, support. If this feeling sticks around, please reach out. A professional can help you figure out the root cause and give you the right tools for full system recovery. So as we start to bring this all together, let's reframe this whole idea. Understanding anhedonia isn't about slapping a label on a problem. It's about learning to listen to the messages your brain and your body are sending you. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. This feeling has absolutely nothing to do with your character. It is not laziness, it is not ingratitude, it is a biological signal of profound exhaustion. It is your system asking for help.
And I want you to remember this. Your capacity for joy, it hasn't disappeared. It's not deleted from your system. It's just quiet for now. It's offline, it's muted, and it's just waiting for the conditions to be right so it can be heard again.
So, forget the big picture for just a minute. Right now, what is one tiny, low-effort little bit of joy you can start with today? What's one small step you can take to gently and very patiently start to turn the volume back